Hey, people, I've got something interesting here. Very interesting. It's got a wrist strap so you can hold it with your hands like this. This is a DVR digital video camera, is what this is. I didn't buy this, but I got it from someone. I'll explain that to y'all. Okay, this thing, man, a 16 whopping 16x, 16 megapixels, and it records in HD 720 pixels. This thing was ahead of its time for when it was made. This thing was only used one time by a lady I know. And she recalls, she says she thinks she paid $22 for it on eBay close to the end of 2015 before her husband Leroy passed away. And that's why she never used it again, because it reminded her of him. Now, the sad story to her life, and then I'll get back to the camera. She says she set up a garage sale at her house 4 blocks down from me. And of course, that was paid for when her husband Leroy passed away in 2014. Recently, if you watch one of my videos, it's Road Trip, Road Trip 97 Fat Boy, let's see, Part 2. Yeah, the part 1 failed because it was all fuzzy. I didn't have the setting right on the Kodak ZI6 I have. Okay, but it wasn't the camera's fault, it was my fault on that. Okay. And I've got videos of a newer, one I've owned about a week and a half, I think, FZ55 Kodak, a newer one. And, she had a garage sale yesterday, and I went to it, and I saw that laying out on a white sheet she had on the lawn because she didn't have a table set. And I'm like, Pauline, what's this? And then she went, oh, not that. I didn't remember what that was from. Said, take it. I said, Pauline, I'll give you something for it, dear. No, I don't want nothing for it. So I said, are you hungry? You want McDonald's, or do you want Burger King or Jack in the Box? Said, yeah, I could use a good cheeseburger. I went to Whataburger, bought her a cheeseburger and fries and a soda pop. She wanted, I brought her back. And I said, okay, I'll keep the camera. She said, Earl, don't mention that camera to me ever again. It's not funny. It's not funny. I'm sorry. That's not funny. Okay, anyway. Oh boy. But anyway, here it is. Okay, it still had the cable with it. And of course, I'm able to use a USB wall plug to charge this. Plus, of course, it goes into a USB on a notebook, laptop, desktop, or computer, of course. Okay, the battery, even though the red light came on for it to charge, I left it on there 2 days on the wall outlet. That battery wouldn't take a charge. I'm not surprised. Those batteries go out when you never use them. Alright, so I took the battery out. I read the information on it. It said C40, 740 mm, and I got on eBay. I found the battery for it was $7, so I went ahead and ordered it yesterday. Okay, so that's on its way. Then I took the memory card out of it. Okay. I plugged it into my card reader on my notebook computer. Nothing. It's just non-active. Non-active. Won't spew out anything. So I just threw that memory card away. And I took an extra memory card I got, a Lexar 64 gigabyte card, and went ahead and plugged in there. You know, everything looks clean, you know, in it. And I'm just waiting for the battery, but let me tell y'all people something about this little camera here, this DVR. It's heavy. This thing is built very strong. It's very strong. You know, and it's to wear this strap. It's convenient to hold in your hand like this, see, because the strap goes around your fingers, you know, the top part of your fingers, or your right hand. But get a load of this. This folds out right here, and you've got a hell of a screen here, man. Look at this screen on this baby. Wow. Man, this is super. Okay, this is the display button, and then you got the on button here, and then over here, on the right side, you've got camera, you push this up, or video, you push it down, and then the video button right here. I'll tell you what, man, it's not a matter of the age, it's the fact that this thing is clean. You know, because she was like one of those women, this went on a closet shelf for years. She didn't want to remember it. And she even forgot it herself. Stuff was on top of it, old blouses and some Afghans she had. So even spider webs didn't get around it. And man, I tell you what, I've got a good memory card in it that'll more than cover it. 64 gigabyte, you know. For this, it's a, 720 pixel HD camera, 16 megapixels, which that amazes me because that, even as of today, good cameras that cost you 100. Their highest settings is about 16 megapixels. And it offers that. And it's heavy. And this is very strong. Very strong. And the lens, man, look at this lens on this thing, man. I don't know if anybody else has had an experience with these. Please let me know about it. Now, she told me she made one video on it, and it was before her husband passed away. In 2014, it was around December. She said it was a pickup he had just bought. It was red, and hell, I can't talk about that anymore. Shit, I'm gonna start crying. Oh shit. Enough of that. Enough. Enough. We have to move on in life. Oh man, I'm crazy. I'm crazy. Life does have its sore spots, man. I'll tell you what, Oh God. When my dad died in 2005, I didn't think I could move on. Another thing that it almost killed me, I was 17. This was back in 1973. I was in love with this girl. She was 16, Linda Shelton. Her mom and dad wanted us to get married. And I agreed. I said, yeah, I'd like for us to get married. once we got about 18, and I was in vocational college at age 17. And, man, I really loved her. And I was at that age, you think something will never end. Oh, God. And, about 3 months ago went by. It was great. I'd take her out to our ranch in Romney, Texas. Oh, 12 miles out of Cisco, Texas. I live in Houston, Texas now, where I was actually born. Oh, we would eat, then I'd take her home. It was the good old American style, boy, girl. And she started, when I'd visit her, after about 3 months, she'd act like she just wasn't interested. And then there was this man that her mom associated with named Harold Maddox. Harold Maddox. He was 52 years old and had 5 kids and lived 2 houses down and was married. I went there one day to visit Linda, and her mom says, Harold Maddox is going on a camping fishing trip some lake, and he took Linda with him. And I'm like, what? He said, oh, he can be trusted. He's like a father to my kids, too. She was gone 9 damn days. And when she came home, I went to visit her. And here's what I got, And that 9 days were like forever to me. And she says, leave me alone. I got in my car. I cried all the way home. I remember I cried all the way home. Do we ever get over things like that? No. But what it is, it varies. A layer at a time, it buries itself. But people don't realize the hurt they can cause others. And I made a video, you reap what you sow, karma. I can assure you, okay, that Linda from back then, oh, God did a lot of bad things happen to her in life. Wow. Wow. But it comes back around. What goes around comes around. But there's been some things in my life, and they say that's popular. No, it's not, people. It's real, because you got to figure teenagers, or like I was, man, that is real. It is just as vivid and real. Because many teenagers actually become suicidal or even commit suicide. Do y'all know, I think it was Andy Gibb, one of the singers of the Bee Gees, he actually committed suicide because Victoria Principal, the actress, broke it off with him. No, I wouldn't do that, because I'm a versatile person. I've had many interests, other things I can work with or do or live for, other than having dependency on some human, But, yeah, I can understand how Pauline must feel. That is terrible. A lot of things I don't understand about this life. But then, if everything went perfect, look at how, if nothing bad ever happened, how people would be so simple-minded, blank-minded, they'd just have a slap-happy grin on their face, and they wouldn't know what was good because they would have never had a little bad, So I guess that's why God made life the way it is. God doesn't cause anything bad. We actually bring that upon ourselves. Because like what happened with that Linda back then in 1973, really that was just a state of mind. That was just a state of mind. She didn't want me anymore. She wanted to hump a 52-year-old man instead that was married. I mean, so what? So what? You know, the logical, your higher mind, it'd be like, oh, well, everything's temporary in life, nothing forever. I had a little fun, time to go on my ye old way, da-da-da-da-da. You know, that's the state of mind I have now. I'm not dependent on any human being. You know, it even mentions that in the Bible. Do not have dependency or trust in mankind. Only trust in Jesus Christ, our Savior. Is the only one you can trust. You can't depend or trust in a human, people. You can't. Because even if a person's a good person, and they're with you, you think they love you, still they can go cuckoo in their damn brain, you know, and like, who are you? You know, they can get dementia like my grandmother did. She didn't know who I was when she was at hospice. I think that was 1982. She didn't even know who I was. You know, so, you see? But, you know, you figure spiritually, God held those memories for her. Once she passed away, she's in that spirit world. She knew who I was then, you know? But anyway, hope y'all are having a great day and a great evening, you know? And if anybody, it bothers you because I'm a passive person, well, piss on you. I'm a human being. I'm not a damn machine. Okay? I'm a very strong person. You know, very strong, a very logical human being and very intelligent. But I'm not a damn machine. I'm not some war dog, okay? Anyway, later, and I love you all if you're good people. If you're evil, I don't love you. Okay? Later, later, later. Later, later.